Samir lay on the ground. His ears were ringing. Blood coming from his leg. Around him screams, smoke, chaos. But he thought of only one thing: the container. Where was the water container? A 9-year-old child injured. But he stood up. He found the container. Kept carrying it. "My mother cannot go without water," he said. This is his story. When I first saw Samir, he was 9 years old. A small, thin child. But his shoulders were slumped like an adult's, as if he'd been carrying heavy loads for years. Actually, he had. Every day, Samir and his mother, Amina, lived in northern Gaza, in a small apartment, 3rd floor. His father had passed away 3 years ago. Heart attack. Since then, Samir and Amina were alone. Amina did cleaning jobs. She cleaned neighbors' houses, trying to earn money. It was difficult, but they managed. Then the war started. In October 2023, life changed. Electricity cut. Water cut. Finding food became harder. But the hardest was water. Humans cannot live without water. 3 days, maybe 4, then the body shuts down. When the neighborhood water supply was cut, people panicked. What will we do? How will we live? The municipality set up emergency water distribution points. People would queue with their containers to get water. But the lines were very long, sometimes 4 or 5 hours, sometimes more, and the water points were far. The nearest was 6 kilometers away. The first day, Amina went. She left early in the morning, took 2 containers. Samir stayed home. When Amina returned in the evening, she was exhausted. Her feet were swollen, her back ached. "Mum, how was it?" Samir asked. "Hard, dear." "Very hard, but we got water." "This will last a few days," but it didn't. 2 days later, the water was finished. They needed to go again. This time, Amina was even more tired. 3 days ago, she had cleaned at a neighbor's house, was exhausted. She stood in line for hours, almost fainted. That night, Samir looked at his mother's face. She was pale, collapsed. "Mom," Samir said, "let me go tomorrow." Amina was surprised. "You? No, dear, you're a child. Those containers are very heavy, but I'm strong. I can carry them." "You're too tired." Samir chilled. "Please, Mom, I can do it." "I promise." Amina looked at her son. He was 9 years old, still a child, but there was determination in his eyes. Finally, she agreed. "Okay, but only 1 container, not 2, and be careful. Come right back." The next morning, Samir woke at 5 a.m. The sun hadn't risen yet. He tried not to wake his mother. He took the big blue container, 20 liters. Even empty, it was heavy. When full, it would be much heavier. He set off. The streets were silent. Some people were already on the road, also going for water. The first kilometer was easy. Samir was cheerful. "I can do this," he thought. "I can help my mum." The second kilometer was a bit harder. The sun began to rise. The weather warmed. 3rd kilometer. His feet started to hurt. 4th kilometer. He struggled to breathe. 5th kilometer. He stopped, sat, rested. 6th kilometer. He finally reached the water point, but the queue was terrible. Hundreds of people, maybe thousands, everyone holding containers. Samir joined the line. The queue moved slowly, very slowly. The first hour passed. Samir had only moved forward a few meters. The sun rose. It got hot, very hot. Samir was thirsty, but his container was empty. 2nd hour passed. His legs had gone numb. 3rd hour passed. He started to feel hungry. He'd only eaten some bread in the morning. 4th hour passed. Finally, he was approaching the water point. He looked at the people around him. Old women, young girls, men, children, all here for the same thing, life. Water was life. Some were talking. Some waited silently. Some were crying. An old woman looked at Samir. "Are you alone, son?" "Yes, Auntie. I'm getting water for my mother." What a brave child you are. May God protect you. Amen. Finally his turn came. 4.5 hours later, Samir held out his container. The attendant, a tired-looking man, took the container, placed it under the tap. Water flowed. That beautiful, clear water. Samir watched. The container filled. 20 liters. Heavy, very heavy. Okay, son, take it, the attendant said. Samir tried to lift the container. It was difficult, very heavy, but he gripped it with both hands, lifted it. He started walking slowly, step by step. The first 100 meters were hard. His arms burned. Second 100 meters, he stopped, put the container down, rested. He continued like this. Carry 100 meters, rest. 100 meters more, first kilometer done. 5 more kilometers to go. People looked at him. Some felt pity. This child is alone? Where's his family? A man stopped. Son, shall I help? No, uncle, thank you. I can do it, Samir felt proud. He was bringing water to his mother. This was his duty. Second kilometer was harder. His hands had gone numb, fingers cramping. Third kilometer, the sun was too hot. He was sweating. Fourth kilometer, his feet were swollen. Every step hurt. Fifth kilometer, he almost gave up. I can't, he thought. It's too heavy. But then he thought of his mother, her tired face, her swollen feet. No, he couldn't give up. He was approaching the 6th kilometer. Almost there. Maybe half a kilometer. He turned the street corner. He could see the houses now. He smiled. I did it, he thought. I brought water to my mom. That moment the sound came, plain sound. Samir stopped. Looked around, people started running. Run! Hurry! Second sound, closer. Samir panicked, dropped the container, started running, but his feet were too tired. He stumbled. Third sound came, and then the explosion. The world shook. Samir was thrown into the air, fell to the ground. His ears rang. He couldn't hear anything. He opened his eyes. Everything was full of smoke. Around him, rubble, broken glass. He looked at his leg. Blood was coming. Not much, but it hurt. He tried to stand up. It was hard. His leg hurt, but wasn't broken. Then he remembered the container, the water container. Where was it? He looked around. Smoke, rubble. People lying on the ground. Some crying, some motionless. Then he saw it. The container. 3 meters away, tipped over but intact. Had the water spilled? Samir limped to the container. Checked it. Some had spilled, but most remained. Maybe 15 liters left. It was enough. Enough. He lifted the container. He wanted to scream in pain, but held himself. He started walking, step by step. His leg was bleeding, but it didn't matter. My mother cannot go without water, he whispered. I must get it home. Amina was waiting at home. She was worried. Samir should have returned by now. Then she heard the explosion sound. Her heart stopped. Samir! She rushed out, ran, got to the street. People were running around. Ambulance sounds, screams. Samir! Samir! Then she saw him. Her son was limping toward her, container in hand, blood coming from his leg. His face covered in dust, but he was walking. Amina ran to him. Samir! My son! When Samir saw his mother, he smiled. Mom, I brought you water. Amina hugged her son, cried. Didn't care about the container. Just hugged her son. Samir, you how? Why didn't you drop the container? Samir looked at his mother with innocent, tired eyes. Because you can't go without water, Mom. I promised. I promised I'd bring you water. Amina cried more. Held her son tightly. You're my hero, Samir, my little hero. They went to the hospital. Samir's leg was cleaned, bandaged. Nothing serious, a superficial cut, but there was risk of infection. The doctor, a young woman, Dr. Noor, looked at Samir. You're a brave child. How did you get injured? A bomb fell, but I had to get the container home. Dr. Noor was surprised. Container? Amina explained. The doctor's eyes filled. Years old. And carrying water. This is the world we live in. Amina lowered her head. We have no other choice. Dr. Noor stroked Samir's head. You're a very special child. Your mother is lucky, Samir smiled. He was in pain, but proud. When they got home, Amina put Samir to bed. His leg was bandaged. He shouldn't move for a few days. Mum, Samir said. The water? Yes, dear. You got it. Thank you so much. Is it enough? Will it last a few days? Amina smiled, but her eyes filled. Yes, dear. It's enough. But she knew in 3 days it would be finished again. And they'd have to go again. That night Amina couldn't sleep. She looked at her son. 9 years old, still a child, but he had risked his life. For water. What kind of world is this? She thought. Children dying for water, water. The most basic right. 3 days later, the water finished. Amina picked up the container. I'm going, she said. No, Mom, Samir said. My leg healed. I'll go. Samir, no. You were injured. Mom, please. My leg is fine. It hurts a bit, but I can walk. And you're very tired. Let me. Amina was torn, but she really was very tired, and Samir was insisting. Okay, but this time I'm coming with you. We'll go together. Samir nodded. Okay, Mom. The next morning they set off together, each carrying a container. The road was long, but walking together was easier. They talked, joked, gave each other strength. While waiting in line, Amina looked at her son. Samir, you know, right? You're a very special child. Why special, Mum? Because you don't just think of yourself. You think of others. You think of me. That makes you special. Samir was embarrassed. I just want to help. And you do. Every day you do. Their turn came. They filled their containers, started the return journey. This time it was easier, because they were together. When tired, they supported each other. When they rested, they talked, laughed. When they got home, they were both exhausted, but happy. We did it, Mom. Yes, dear, we did it. Together. Weeks passed. Every 3 days, Samir and Amina went for water together. Sometimes the road was dangerous. Sometimes the queue was very long. But every time they succeeded, other people started recognizing them. There's the mother and son, they'd say, always coming together. One day in the queue, an old man approached them. I always see you two together. How beautiful! Mother and son, shoulder to shoulder. We have no other choice, Uncle, Amina said. Maybe, but this makes you special, because many families have broken apart, but you're still together, holding on to each other. Amina smiled. Yes, we hold on to each other. One day, while waiting in line, Samir saw another child, maybe 7 years old, alone, trying to carry a heavy container. Samir went to him. Hello, I'm Samir. You? Ali, are you alone? Yes, my father got sick. My mother has to stay home with him. I came to get water. Samir looked at the container. Too heavy for little Ali? Let me help you. My mom and I will carry it with you. Really? Yes. We should help each other. When their turn came, they filled 3 containers. On the return journey, they helped carry Ali's container too. They took it all the way to Ali's house. Ali's mother met them at the door. Her eyes filled. Thank you so much. May God bless you. It's nothing, Amina said. We're all in the same situation. We should help each other. From that day on, Ali started coming with them. The three went together. Then other children joined. Fatima, Omar, Noor, all coming for water. They formed a group, called themselves the Water Team. They went together, returned together. The strong helped the weak. Months passed. November, December, January. The water crisis continued. But Samir changed. He was stronger now. His shoulders had broadened. His face was bronzed from the sun. His hands were calloused, but more importantly, his spirit had strengthened. He was more confident now. He was a leader of the water team. One day, while waiting in line, a journalist came. A foreigner. Had a camera. "Excuse me," he said in English. "May I take photographs?" Amina translated. Some agreed, some didn't. The journalist approached Samir. "How old are you?" "Almost 10. "Do you come here every day?" "Yes, every 3 days." "Why do you come? Don't you have a father?" "My father died. Me and my mum. We come together." The journalist nodded, took notes. "You're a very brave child." Samir shrugged. "I'm just helping." A few weeks later, the journalist returned. He had a magazine. Samir's photo was on the cover, carrying a water container. The headline, "The Water Warriors, Children Risking Lives for a Basic Right." Samir looked at the magazine. Couldn't believe it. "Is this me?" The journalist smiled. "Yes, we told your story. The world will see you." The magazine was published. People read it. It was shared on social media. Thousands, hundreds of thousands saw it. Comments came. "These children are heroes. 9 years old and fighting for water. What are we doing? We must do something." Aid organizations took action. More water points opened. Queues shortened. Distances decreased. But the problem wasn't completely solved. Water was still scarce. People still struggled. One day in March, Samir and the water team set off again. But this time something different happened. A new water point had opened. Closer. Only 2 kilometers away, and the queue was shorter. Only 1-2 hours. The children were happy. "It'll be easier. We'll walk less." Samir was happy too, but he felt something, a bit sad, Amina noticed. "What's wrong, dear? Why are you sad?" "I don't know, Mom. I'm happy, but it feels like we're losing something." "What are you losing?" Samir thought. "Our togetherness, walking together on the long road, talking, laughing. I'll miss this." Amina hugged her son. "Samir, listen to me. We are always together, whether the road is long or short, whether there's water or not. We'll always be mother and son, together. Promise?" "Promise." In June, a miracle happened. The water line was repaired. Water started coming to their neighborhood. The first day Amina turned on the tap, water flowed. Clean, clear water, she cried. Cried from happiness. "Samir! Samir! Come look!" Samir ran. Saw the tap, saw the water. "Water! Mum, there's water!" They hugged each other, laughed, cried. No more walking 6 kilometers, no more 4-hour queues, no more carrying 20 kilos. Just the tap, just water. That night Samir looked at the blue container. He'd carried it for months. His hands were calloused, his shoulders were strong, but it wasn't needed anymore. He felt a bit strange. He'd gotten used to it. Going for water every 3 days, walking, carrying. "Mom," he said, "what will we do now?" Amina smiled. Now we'll do normal things, dear. You'll go to school, you'll play, you'll be a child. A child? I'm not a child anymore. I'm a water warrior. Amina laughed, but her eyes filled. Yes, you're a warrior. But now you don't need to fight. Now you can just be a child. Samir is not real, but his story is real. There are millions of Samirs in the world, children fighting for water, for food, for life. Years old, 10 years old, 7 years old, they carry water, carry heavy loads, risk their lives for a basic right. Water. The water that flows from our taps, the water they walk 6 kilometers for. If this story touched you, subscribe to keep their voices alive, like so it reaches more people. Share so someone else hears. Comment. Your words matter. Don't forget them. Hear their voices. Do what you can. Draw attention to the water crisis. Raise your voice for the right to clean water. Support humanitarian aid organizations. Everything starts with a small step. Like Samir's container, heavy but full of hope. Water is a right. Life is a right. Childhood is a right. Children like Samir don't give up. Neither should we. And remember, every drop matters. Every child matters. And water. Water is not just a resource. Water is life. And everyone deserves to live. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hoping. Together we can make a difference.